Hey stamping friends, welcome to the Joyous Stamping with Rachel. I'm Rachael Coon, and today's Wednesday's kit class where I'm going to show you how to make 4 cards using the Have A Hoot stamp set and the Magic in the Night DSP, which is currently on sale. Go ahead and hold while I flip and we'll get started. All right. Today we have so many fun cards to make, and it's going to take a little bit more time, but it'll be well worth it, I promise. If you're here, make sure you say hello so I can see it and see who's watching today and know who my audience is. We are using the Have A Hoot stamp set, which is such a fun stamp set. And it's funny, I just got this recently and I wasn't going to because I have a million stamp sets for Halloween. And it's such a short month that sometimes it's not worth it for me to get just a Halloween stamp set because I have ones I already love. But this one comes with not just Halloween, but it has some cute little Christmas ones right there and these fun little sayings as well. And so this one I got, and I've seen lots of people using it, but I didn't know what all the excitement was until I got it myself. And let me show you the dies as well. All right, so I'm using some of these dies in our cards making today, like this cute little spider web. I didn't use any of these ones. Those are more of the Christmassy ones. But this one right here, check this one out. This is a 3 tag maker with just 1 roll of the die cutting machine. It is great to make out these little tags that even have these little holes for you. And it's also great to make a window card, which you'll see here in just a second. The really cool thing about these dies as well is that you'll notice a lot of the stamped images have 2 things. Or let's say this one has a branch, the owl, and the moon. It will die cut just the owl and the moon, but leave the branch. I'll show you some cool reasons why in just a second. So I know what all the fuss is about now that I've played with it a little bit and how cool this set really is. I have some really great tips I want to share with you today, but I do want to remind you, of course, about how these kits work. You can get this kit for free from me if you order online by Friday at 4 o'clock p.m. And a $35 order using the hostess code for the month. You'll get all the little pieces for it. The only thing that you will not get, and I suggest you buying, would be the actual stamped images. And the die one cut one I can do, but if it's a stamped image, I'll just give you a scrap to stamp it yourself. I can't send any images that have been pre-stamped via Stampin' UP policy. So I suggest you getting this fun folder as part of your $35 order and also this awesome stamp set, the Have A Hoot. I've been playing with this stamp set a lot this week. In fact, it's part of my fun fold. And if you stay till the very end, I'll show you what my fun fold is for this Friday that also has these cute owls. All right. I see someone's here. Hey, welcome. Glad you're here. Glad you can watch. Hopefully I can teach you something or you can get excited with these with me as well. Let me show you each card real quick. I have this one that has all 3 of the Halloween owls on it. And I told you about those little tags making these fun little windows. And then I have this really cute pumpkin owl one that we use this metallic ribbon for this really cool background. Each one of these cards are using the Magic in the Night DSP paper, which I already said was on sale right now. So even a little strip right there comes from that set. And then also this one right here that has a cute little owl on his tree with his scary spider and this beautiful DSP right behind there. All right, and you can see throughout this project that I've used some of that spider web, the cobweb embossing folder. It's a 3D one, and it is really cool. All right, so the first thing I'm going to do for these cards today is we are going to do some coloring with our blends. I've already pre-stamped our images and cut them out with a die cutting machine. And now we are going to just color these in. I'm going to give you a couple quick tips. And hopefully you've colored with the blends before, and these aren't completely new to you. But let's get started with this cute little pumpkin one right here. He's fairly easy. What I do for coloring that one is I use the pumpkin pie, of course, blend. Let me see if you can see that one. I'm using the dark one to give that brighter image and color, and I like to use the brush side right there. So I'm just going to go ahead and color, and usually I always will start with a light blend. But because I really want this pumpkin to look like a bright orange pumpkin, I'm going straight for the good stuff. And we'll just go through. I used to love coloring as a little girl, and I still enjoy it, but I'm not the best at it. I'm always learning. But it makes it really fun. These blends are great and are pretty forgiving, and I love how you color it all this once, you don't get a lot of lines. Do you remember that as a kid where you get marker lines all the time? These blend so nicely that you're not going to get those lines. I'm just going to go over this top right here with the same color and make it a little bit darker right there. Awesome. Next, we're going to go ahead and give him his little green stem on the top. I'm going to use the Granny Apple Green, and just go with the little tip one, not the whole full brush. Like that. In my card on here, I gave him a brown one, and I decided I didn't like him brown anymore, so we're going to switch it up for this one. For the owl itself, I've been using more of the light, soft suede, but you can use any color. I know lots of people have been coloring their owls with more gray, which is super fun as well. We're just going to go over his little feathers right there, and I feel like he has a little peeking out right there. I have to tell you the best part of this cute little owl. Let me show it to you in just a second. I don't even get a color, but they're so cute. I love how the artist has made these owls with eyebrows. Look at this. He has, you focus until you see it better, maybe. Oh, there we go. The cutest little eyebrows. And when you die cut it, they include them in there. So it's so cute. I love it. He's more of a playful owl than he is a scary owl. He looks like he's afraid in this one though, huh? A lot of times with this one, we'll have the word boo with it because he is afraid. This one, I'm just using the Mango Melody Light to color inside of my jack-o'-lantern. So throw my lid. And then we're going to set this one aside. We'll go ahead and go over to our Owl of the Night. And he's really fun. And he's going to be on my Pretty Peacock card. So we are going to use Pretty Peacock for his cape. I have the dark and the light. So you can see that one okay. And we're going to go dark on the front. And then I'm going to use a light one for this little tail right here on him. The back side of his cloak. Someone called him like a Dracula owl, which I thought was pretty clever. He is way cute. So I'm just going over these ends again with that to give that outline a little bit more. And then we're going to use his light Pretty Peacock for the other side. Right there. Let's color that in like that. For him, I use the two colors. For his wing and his face, I use that soft suede again. But then for his belly, I use the light crumb cake. I wanted to give him just a little softer look. I'll just go over his belly feathers a little bit. While I have this out, I'm going to grab this little guy here too. I also do him. I call him, this one's my baby owl. Because he's so little that I gave him all of this in that crumb cake. And then we'll give him some darker feathers on his wings too. There we go. I've seen some people who've colored in their little eyes to be more of a spooky yellow color. But I like them just to be more playful and cute. Not so much scary. Are you guys ready for Halloween? Tell me what costumes you're going to have. All right, there. Oh, he has cute eyebrows too. We're going to color over these ones just a little bit. The cutest eyebrows. Oh, I love them. Lastly, oh, I forgot his wing. Don't forget that one. I'm just going to color in their little beak if they have one showing, and their little toes, or their claws. I'm just going to use the darker color for the dark mango melody, and just that little tip side, not the big brush, because they just have a little beak right there, and his little feet. I guess they're probably claws, huh? Thank you for joining. I love seeing your comments, you guys. Thanks for being here. This one, like I said, is going to be a little bit longer than usual, but we have lots of fun things to learn. I'm going to go back with this one and just go over my moon. He's just the tiniest little moon with the light, and I'm going to give it a little bit of the dark. I woke up early and saw the moon this morning, and it looks just like this, like a little tiny smiley face is what I call it. And right next to it right now, you can even see a planet. So go outside tomorrow morning or tonight and look for that moon again and see if you can find it. It's so tiny and cute. All right, so we just have a couple more things to do. I need to color in 2 of my spiders. I'm going to do one in the Granny Apple Green to make them a playful color. And the other one is going to be in our Pretty Peacock. Again, you can color these whatever color you want. I've seen a lot of little black spiders, but I'd rather my spiders be more pretty than scary. There we go. Super fun. And the best thing about these colors that I've just used, they match perfectly with the colors of the card bases. See that? Stampin' Up! Is amazing like that, and they have all their colors coordinate. So it makes color matching so much more easier. All right, should we go ahead and start assembling? We'll put our little creatures here. Let me go ahead and show you how to make this one first. This one's really fun and not too hard as it seems. It has this great texture. I'm going to use this awesome metallic ribbon. It's called metallic mesh ribbon, in fact. There we go. And it's so pretty. Can you see that shimmer on it? It's very light, and I wouldn't usually tie like a bow for this, but it works great for background pieces and accents. It's fairly wide. It's probably about a good 1.5 inches wide. We're going to use it to cover up our DSP for this card. Let me grab our pieces here. All right, so in your kit will look just like this. You have all these pieces of paper and the ribbon inside as well. We're going to take out our DSP, this really cool purple spider one, and then our Granny Apple Green right here, and glue these 2 things together. And then we will attach our ribbon. DSP gluing, I love the liquid glue. It gives us the wiggle that we need to adjust it. So just go like that. This one I have no border on the ends, just borders on the top. And we're going to use that border in just a minute with our mesh because we want that to peek through. Then I don't measure. I will have to measure if you have a kit, but I'll give you probably about 5 inches and 3 times, just like that. For my paper, I'll have all those measurements on my blog, so if you want to recreate these later, you can find those measurements on there. Just about like that. All right. And then what we're going to do, now we have our 3 pieces of this awesome metallic ribbon. We're going to flip this over and put some glue on the sides right here. But we are going to use our Stampin' Seal Plus because it has a lot more strength in it than just a regular seal. Make sure I have it on my right sides here. So that way our adhesive, our ribbon will stick to it nicely. We'll just roll that down like that. Perfect. And let's attach our ribbons. You're going to hold this up now because if we put it back down, it's going to stick to our grid paper, and we don't want that. We're going to take our one and put it first in the middle. And then we're just going to tuck it to that glue spot we just put on and tuck it to this side. Super easy, right? I could totally even leave it just like this, and that would look really cool. Just kind of like a belly band over this DSP. But we're going to keep on going, and we're going to add some more. And we're going to line it up so the top of this one meets the top of the ribbon. So you want that granny apple green to still show. And we're just wrapping it around so it glues onto the back. And I can feel that stick a little bit. See that? Awesome. It's kind of like a mummy effect is what we're doing right now. In fact, that would be a really cool card to make. Do this on like a whisper white and put some little black eyes on here. That might be my next card to make. All right, we'll fold that just right like that. Awesome. Okay, that was easy, right? Not too bad. So I have 2 pieces of paper. We have next this one and this one. They match up just right. And we're going to glue these down. I rarely, well, let's be safe. I always like to stamp first and then glue just in case I have an accident and I have to flip. So I'm using my Memento ink, which is a black color. I have my Have A Hoot on Halloween. I'm going to ink it up, and we're just going to put it at the very tip up here. Right about there, and press firm and lift straight. Not too bad. I have a little shallow inking right there, but that kind of gives it that spooky effect, so I'm okay with that. Let me go ahead and now glue it down. Put some liquid glue on here. And we're almost done with this one. Let's shimmy it. So you want borders on all sides of this one. And see how I was able just to move it even after I placed it down? That's why we love that liquid glue. All right, let's go ahead and glue this part down now. You can either use dimensionals if you want. This one I did use dimensionals, so let's go ahead and throw those on there. And here we go. Let's put our black dimensionals on. I'm going to just put them on the ends of these a little bit, just to make sure those are good to go. Just like that. So we don't have any loose ends, even though we know they're sticking down with that other adhesive. Then we're going to line it up. Maybe. You see that's still open? That's making me a little bit nervous. We're going to put a lid on that ink. There we go. I see it. Hold on. Do you guys ever get ink accidentally on places they're not supposed to be? I do all the time, including my hands. Always my hands are inky. All right, ready? We're going to line that up so our green borders are right there next to each other. Love it. We're going to add it to our card base. This you either use a liquid glue or your seal, or you can even double dimension it if you wanted to and put even more dimensionals on this side. Totally up to you. You notice I am using a black card base, so we're going to throw an insert inside really quick as well before we finish this card. We'll get that in there next. A little bit of glue there. And if you wanted to, you can even stamp a really cute image in here. I'll show you how I do that in a couple others. This one of mine, I just left blank, which is okay. Gives us a lot of writing space. All right, lastly, we have this cute little guy here. And we are also going to put him on a dimensional. And when I first did him, I only put one dimensional on him. And then he kind of flapped on the top because his ribbon isn't very stable. So what I'm going to actually do is find a glue dot. And we're going to put a dimensional on his bottom and then a glue dot on his head. Just like that. Because I'm going to have him coming off here a little bit on this edge right here. So he's a little bit below it with that dimensional. And then we'll press down his head and he should be there nice and secure. Ah, didn't that turn out great? It's so pretty. And I can kind of see the spiders underneath there in the DSP. It's very faint and subtle. So it's super pretty with that ribbon. I just love that card. All right, the next one we should do. Let's do this one. The pretty peacock. It's one of my favorite colors. I love this color. This one's pretty easy. This is one of those really fun labels that is made with that dies that come with this stamp set, or bundle, I should say. And we're going to use, not this guy. Let me find him. Oh, you know what? I don't think he's even mounted. Let me grab him out of here again. All right, so we're using this guy with the moon. I'm going to put him on a clear block. Just like that. You press it down, it's good to go. I'm again going to use my Memento ink. And we're going to ink this up. I'm using Memento ink today because it works best with the blends. It is a water-based ink, and we are using alcohol markers, and so you need them to be opposites attract in order for them to go well together. Otherwise, they'll be bleeding, and we don't want bleeding on our cards. So all I have to color for this one is his little branch because we already colored him over here. So I'm going to grab my dark soft suede, and I'm going to use just this little tip right here, so you see that one, to color in this branch. So this is the coolest part about this stamp set, is that all these ones they have these little cutouts for, they've made to have this space for the outline. So if you notice, this guy has a little bit of white space around him, and it works out perfectly when we line them up to not cover up anything else. So there's even like this gap right here. If I was doing this one without that little guy popped up over it, then I would have to color that part in, but it will just be covered up when I put him on there. All right. Not too bad. Oh, actually, I missed, oh, good spot right here. There we go. So that's a darker one, kind of change up his branch color a little bit from his owl color. Then we're going to use a dimensional for this one. And we'll just add 2 on here. And you're just going to line it right up over it and cover up the other spots that have been inked. There we go. So it looks like he's actually sitting on that cute branch. For his little moon, I'm just going to put a little bit of glue. You can use a glue dot if you wanted. Or cut a dimensional to make it small enough to fit. Thanks for joining me, guys, today. Hopefully you're having a great Wednesday. Hopefully it's not so hot there for you. It's so hot here. It's kind of crazy. My boys had a water fight this morning, or this afternoon, right after school. All right, so cute. So this one, I even had that moon go over the edge. I don't know if you can see that. There we go. Focusing on him. So cute. So he's over the edge a little bit, which I love. For his cute little label here, we're going to put some of this, I think it's basic black glimmer ribbon, I want to say. And we're just going to slide that in. Let me get him in here so we can see what it looks like. Going this way. Just fold it in half. And I have probably a good 4 inches. Probably only need 3. And I'll put that in there. Then I'm going to use a dimensional on the back here to pop it up. That helps secure that ribbon down. And we'll add just a couple more. There we go. All right, so he is done, our cute little label. Let's go ahead and assemble the rest. Again, I need to put my lid back on. You need to yell at me every time you see me not put that lid on. Oh, yay, yeah, Kate loves the peacock color as well. It's one of my favorites right now. Okay, so I have this cobweb one already. Oh, look how pretty that is. This is such a cool folder. And I was thinking, like the stamp set, I want to find multiple uses for things. And so that one has Christmas and Halloween. I was thinking what a cool Spider-Man card this one would make, right? So cool. All right, we'll glue this down with our liquid glue. I have it folded. I usually like it flat. Let me see if I can lay this flat again. Nope, it's going to be folded. I did that so I could store it easier, and now I'm regretting it. Because I love to work on a flat workspace, and I rarely will bone fold it until the end. Let me go and get it here so it's laying nicer, though. There we go. All right, so I just have this little strip of Granny Apple Green, and we're going to actually start it all the way over here where that card base is and work its way over. I want to say it was 1/2 inch by 5 and I want to say 1/4. But I have all the measurements over on my blog for you guys. Once this video is done, I'll upload it all and then share again. All right, and this is just a fun strip of paper from that Magic in the Night DSP. See on this other side it says Cajun Craze floral look. And that one we're just going to glue on kind of center. Glue on the back. We're just adding our layers now, which is one of my favorite things of cards, is having just lots of layers. All right. So we have our cute little web as well. Let's go ahead and add our owl, and then we will put that web right behind him. So the dimensionals here, you notice that I didn't put any on this side so I could sneak in that web easier. There we go, put that in the middle there. Love it. And let's get our web. And the web, I do love the glue dot for him. I usually will just put it right in that center spot. You could use a fine tip glue pen if you needed to make it stick down a little bit better. There we go. Then he gets his cute little spider friend. This one, we can either use a glue dot or put some glue. I think I'm just going to dab a little bit of glue on here. You don't need a whole lot for the spider. And put him right there. See, a little stick. There we go. Oh, I love it. All right, the last part for this one is the inside, which has a really cool tip. So we have the boo going down and then the itty bitty spider. So let me show you how I did that. Here's our cute little boo. We'll take our Whisper white paper, and I'm just going to go in any crazy way, even a little bit off. We'll get this one like that. So we got 3 boos right there. Well, if you remember our spider one, he also has an owl and a branch and a tree. And I don't want all of that. I don't even want that line there. So I could very carefully try to ink it up and only ink it up on there. Or, let me grab my lid. You can use the Stampin' Write marker on our rubber inks really easily to color just the areas you want. So I have this basic black one, and I'm going to take off, there's 2 ends, the writing side and more of the coloring side. And I'm going to take that and just color in this cute little spider. Just like that. Oh, love it. And we're going to see where we want him. We'll just put him right there. Cute. It looks like they're running away. That's why the boo. And of course, we have to color him, right? Let me grab his blend. He's getting that pretty peacock one again. We'll just color him in. It's not so scary. If you want to go really crazy, there's some other things you can do. You can add your Wink of Stella to your cute little spider. Like that. And we can also add it to our web. I usually do that before. Let me go over this web a little bit. Because if you ever see a spider web, you know that it sparkles, especially in the morning when you first wake up and it has that dew on it. It has that really pretty sparkle. So we're just going to add some glitter really easily. Let me see if you guys can see that a little bit of glitter. And we're going to get some to our little spider too. I love these pens. The paint brushes with glitter. All right, we just need to add our glue to the back, and we will put this in the inside of our card. I do want to show you, because those are alcohol based, you can see on the back side of this paper where the blends will bleed through your paper if it's not thick enough. And so when you are stamping, you want to make sure you have a good workspace behind you. Oh, can you guys hear that? I didn't close my windows because it's so hot. That is the end of the day. It's 4:30 here, and I live on a military base, and so we get to hear our patriotic music every day at 4:30. If I was outside, I would be stopping and finding a flag. You guys are just kind of beautiful background music for a little bit. Those cards looked great. Oh, I love it. Okay, Let me go on to the next one. I'm not going to talk for just a minute though, so let me just get things ready. Can you guys hear the music? I wonder if it's just me. Oh, love it. Okay. I should sing along, but I shouldn't, so I won't. All right, I'm just getting the supplies out. I want to whisper. Is that awful? I know I should talk, though. Oh, I don't know how much of this you guys can hear. It's really cool, though. There we go. Now the soldiers and airmen can come home. That's what that sound means. Day's over. All right. Thank you for holding for me while I listen to that a little bit. It's so hard to talk over it and still be respectful. So let me grab things that we're doing for this one. And I do need to wipe off. Oh, that's what I forgot to do. Let's see if I can get it enough. My boo from earlier, I might need to grab a wipe. Hold on. All right, so we're using a new color for our boo, so I just want to wipe that off a little bit. Like I said, it's so hot here, so my usual wiper from this morning is already dry. All right, so let's grab our stamp things that we need to do for this card. It's the Have a Hoot on Halloween for our little green label here. And let's grab our basic black for that one. And I get a lot of my inspiration from Pinterest, and this was one of them that I saw there. And she even had these little ends here she flagged, so that's totally up to you if you want to flag those ones or leave those as is. I left mine as is and just kept it at, and then put it at an angle, even kind of make it like a weird crazy board. And then we're going to grab our card base here, and we're going to stamp directly on our card base, which never happens. I rarely stamp directly on. But we're going to use our Granny Apple Green and just go crazies with our boo. And you don't even have to ink it up every time. It can have more of a faint look to it. Some of the boos are coming off. You're going to be covering up that main middle spot, so you can kind of avoid that area and focus more on these corner spots here. Put that there. And there's no rhyme or reason. You will not get in trouble for going crazy on that one. That looks pretty good. We're going to call that good and set that aside when we get our next image in. So we have this cute little label again, and this time though we're going to use the owl with a branch with the spider. So I already had him inked up from last time. Let me just clean off his spider a little bit. There we go. And we're going to put our Granny Apple Green away again. And then we are going to get our Memento Black out. This is just the same as the other one, and we only color the branch in this one because we've already colored that cute little baby owl, and we've already colored our cute little spider. So we're going to ink this up really nice. And you can see that this is a little bit bigger than the ink pad itself. So if I was really nervous, I could flip it over and go this way on it to make sure. And then I can look at it and see that I have ink evenly on the whole thing. If the stamp is bigger than the ink pad, you're going to have the ink pad go to it and not the other way around. Cute. That turned out pretty good. Let's go ahead and color our branches. And we're going to just use this tip here. See how quickly and nicely I can make this go. We'll see. It's nice that they have these two sides on these blends, so I can go through these littler lines easier than with that big giant brush. That's better for coloring and blending. That I do like. Almost. You guys are being so patient. I know I warned you this one's going to be a little bit longer because there's so many fun things with this one. But it's such a fun card. Or a fun stamp set to make for these cards. I have officially jumped on the Have a Hoot bandwagon. I was trying to avoid it. Sometimes you just can't. And you fall in love with a stamp set. And you play with it way too much. Is that such a thing? Probably not. All right, so we have our cute little owl here. And my spider, let's see if I lost him in my, here he is. We're going to attach these. Again, just a little bit of glue to attach that one. Just like the other spiders or the moons. And if you don't have nails, grab your Take a Pick tool to help you place that spider on there nicely. This one we're going to put a dimensional on it. Just go on his back. He's so little, he only needs one. And then, let's go ahead and put some dimensionals on the back of these as well. So it's ready to go when we're ready. We'll wait for him for just a second. Let's start doing some of our layers, and then I'll show you the really cool thing. All right. Oh, I should have grabbed my... Let me grab that out again. So my inside, I want to have my Granny Apple Green, and I want to use my Boo for the very inside. So we kind of carry that theme throughout. Now the question is, where did I put that little stamp? I put it away so I wouldn't get a mess on it. And now, I don't know where I've put my little Boo stamp. Okay. Well, we might have to come back and stamp that one later then. Do you guys see it anywhere? I don't see it. All right, let me put the lid on this guy. I bet you in the second oh, I found it. I found it. Phew. Usually wait till after the video and then I find it later. All right, cute little Boo on the inside. We'll put that in there. Our liquid glue. Yes, Kay says I'm getting my money's worth out of this by using it over and over and over again. Yes, I am. The cool thing about this embossed spider side is that you can use it on either way. This one has it more raised, which is really pretty. And then this side has it debossed, I want to say. I think I'm going to go on the deboss this time. Last time I had it more raised. Either way, it's totally fine. They look gorgeous. And you kind of get that centered as much as you can. Love that liquid glue, so I have that forgiveness. You could either choose this side of DSP or that side. I love the pretty peacock, so we're going with her. Get that one. And place it in there. Just kind of eyeball it. What looks even. Looks like it's a little off on that side, so I'm going to scoot it. There we go. Awesome. I can even add a couple more Boos up there if I wanted to. Let me do that real quick since I still have my green out. Now that I see what it's going to look like, we're going to go Boo upside down. There we go. That makes me feel better. And let's do maybe a little exclamation point right there. And let's get a B-O right there. Love it. Now I'll put this away. Now we'll be safe again. All right. So, as long as I haven't lost anything else, here it is. Here's our Have a Hoot sign we're going to put on there. We'll put dimensionals on the back of that one as well. And I'm almost at the end of my dimensional pack here, so I'm going to just trim it to make some more from the borders. Waste not. I always use it all up. We'll put some on the end there, right there, and one more in the middle. All right, we'll place that in just a second. So you're looking at this, and you see this awesome, beautiful trim, and you're thinking to yourself, where is that in the catalog? I have never seen a Blackberry Bliss trim. Well, you would be correct. There is no Blackberry Bliss black and white, or black trim, but it is the black and white. Because it has the white, we are going to color that, though, with our blend today. And we're going to take about, I want to say 12 inches or so. And we'll just trim it. And we're going to grab our blend, and this is where it could get messy. You're going to want to use your brush side. This is from the Playful Pet combo pack, by the way. That's where you'll find that one. And we're going to take it, and we can start right here. And we're just going to move this through like that. You see how that's staying still? Woo! We'll go that way, and then I can do the other side of it. The most inky spot might become your finger afterwards. There we go. Look how cool that is. We just changed the color. And you can go in and find the spots where you might have missed or where they twisted a little bit. But it looks pretty cool. I love it. Just kind of color on there. The tricky part is I have to be careful not to get it all over my fingers. Because I will. And hopefully we can let it dry. I should have done this at the very beginning so it had some dry time. But that's okay. We're going to thread it through carefully. Our cute little owl guy here. And we'll tie it on with a bow and trim as needed. Okay. So you could do that with any of the blend colors. I could have made this a Granny Apple. I could have made this the peacock. That would have been really pretty too. I have my knot. Watch me as I fumble real quick and I tie a bow. Did it. Oh, little cricket. There we go. Did it. We'll just even it out just a little bit and make it big again. Love it. Look at that. Okay, all we have to do now is attach that to our card base layers. That one and that one. And put it in the middle there. If that bow is too crazy flimsy for you, please feel free to use a glue dot and just glue it down. So it's pretty heavy knotted there. All right, dimensions off of this part. Should I go cricket again and put it on the side, or should I have it in the center? I think we're going to go cricket again. Have a hoot on Halloween. Oh, that one's so much fun. Isn't it a great one? I love those colors together. The Granny Apple Green, the Blackberry Bliss, and the Pretty Peacock. What a fun Halloween card. All right, my last one is grand finale. Uses all 3 owls. But I have saved you some time. And I have already cut them out and colored them. And we're just going to show you how to assemble. So they're all in here for you guys. Let me get the sample out for this one so you can see it. There we go. Super cute. These fun little windows, like I said, are made just with those dies that are made for the tags that look like this. And of course, we've been talking about not wasting. I've made the little tags that were punched out with these or cut out with the die machine into cute little tags as well. This one I think is my favorite. It has the spider web on it and the boo. And then we have this cute little tag, and I'm going to use my twine and attach it to some cute treats and just love it because Halloween is mostly treats. Let's not lie. We know why we love Halloween. And I love to give out little treats with little tags, so those are ready to go, left over from our card. All right, so I have that beautiful Magic in the Night DSP with these spiders right here for our background. I've had this already cut out, and I have the embossing of the cobwebs as well. And then we have our Blackberry Bliss and our Whisper White for the inside. Let me see if I did anything crazy inside this one. Oh, that's where I did that one. All right, let's stamp that first. And then we won't have to worry or forget. Let me wipe this one off, though, because we used it earlier with the black. Real quick. I usually have my reusable wipe, but they have dried out, and I forgot to rehydrate them. All right, so I always have baby wipes, even though I don't have any more babies in my house, just for crafting needs or sticky hands. All right, let's go have a hoot right there. Oh, I love it. That Granny Apple Green stamps really nicely. Like, that's a pretty color and a nice ink. All right. Hooray. So these ones I actually colored just the same way as I colored those 3 other cards, so they would match. In fact, this would be a really cute card set to give away because these cards coordinate so well. And you know what? I kind of did that on purpose. I found colors that I liked and found designs that went well and used them. All right, so let's go ahead and put this inside of our card base. And then I want to show you what happens when we have our spider web that we can cut out with our paper. How it will come out usually when you cut it and how to fix it. Here's our cute little Blackberry Bliss spider web. And as you can see, some of it did not come out when I first cut it through. So I'm going to take just the pokey end of my Take a Pick tool. This is a 3-purpose tool. Reminds me of like the Swiss Army knife for crafters, where it has this fun putty side right here, which is great for picking up these little pieces. And then it also has a paddle end. Let me show you that real quick. So this paddle end is great for helping you get off embellishments. I use it sometimes to clean off my plates from my die cutting machine. It has lots of uses. But this little poker I use all the time to poke out just these little extra pieces that come off really easily, but are just slightly stuck still. Just like that. You guys are doing so awesome. Those of you who have hung out this whole time, I know I warned you this is a longer video, but we're giving you lots of nuggets here today and lots of good tips. And then at the very end, I'll show you the fun fold for Friday. So you'll want to come back to learn how to make that one. You see how I am? All right, and it makes a wee bit of a mess. You see all these little pieces here, but that's okay. So that is poked through. When I first did this one, I did it a different way. So I'm going to try it, attaching it different this time to see if it's better. When I did it last time, I attached my black piece first to my DSP, which worked out fine, but then it was kind of offsetted from this guy. So this time I'm going to actually attach my DSP first to this one. And that way I know that the border outline is as thick as I want it to be. And let me get that lined up just right. All right. Now let's go ahead and attach our piece here with dimensionals. I'm using the black ones because they match so nicely, and you see I've cut them and trimmed them. And we want to make sure we put some in some of these harder spots that we don't want it to collapse here. So these actually work out great because they're a little bit skinnier. My other one, I put one right there as well. And make sure we get our corners on each one. Oh, there's Lily. She just likes to say hi. She just had a birthday last week, and that was really fun celebrating with her. She always barks when UPS comes, which is great because I like to know when he's here. Usually giving me my stamping supplies. All right, we'll take these backs off. Oh, while I have this here, I'll do this trick. So you can just grab your Take a Pick tool, and it helps you to get these backings off. Sometimes, there we go. I haven't mastered it because I'm pretty good most of the times getting the backings off. But these come off fairly nicely. Maybe. Nope, we'll come back to that one. There we go. And it just makes a cute little pile of dimensionals, and then I could throw those away. Let's see if I can get this one still. I'm gonna, oh, got it. So that's another great tip for that Take a Pick tool. All right, so now we're gonna carefully hover over our DSP, and then these are the exact same measurements, so they should line up nicely. Oh, love it. That turned out really nice. Then we're going to start to do our embellishments with our little owls. I do have this cute little boo that I've stamped already on the Granny Apple Green, and this was just a scrap left over. And then I'm just going to take this little end, and I'm going to just angle it a little bit. And we'll attach that right there with some liquid glue. Make sure you guys are still on the screen there. There we go. So you have Boo there. We're going to take our cute little pumpkin guy, and we're going to stick him into his pocket corner right here. However, he needs a dimensional. We'll cut him, put some on him. And we're going to put his dimensional mostly on the top, and so that one will go underneath in the secret pocket a little bit easier. So we'll just slide him in like that. Cute. So it looks like he's peekabooing out of that window. And then let's get our cute owl here, our Dracula owl. And we're going to put dimensionals on his back. And we're going to want to have his little claws line up and go over and have his little cape there on that ledge. So cute. We'll add the moon. All right, we're going to take the other end of our Take a Pic tool. I'm going to take off the old putty, turn it, get some new putty out, and we'll use it for our moon. So you can see lots of ways to use this one. Our smiley face moon. I grew up calling the moon, when it was this size, Johnny Bacon, and I don't even remember why that was a thing for me, but I, as a kid, it was kind of crazy. All right, so our web. Last time I forgot to do this, so we're going to do it this time. We want some Wink of Stella on this web early on, and you can either just hold it and glitter it over, or put it on your workspace and glitter it. It's not too picky. Then we will use our glue dot again for its center. So this is kind of like all 3 cards in one, with each of these owls. And the web. We'll put the web right there. Since I still have my basic black Stampin' Write marker out, I'm going to use this end of it, and I'm going to just kind of make a little, what was that called? A web line? I don't know what you would call that for spiders. When they drop their little thread, their bungee cord. All right, let's get our spider on here. I say I had him upside down. We'll put him right there. He's going to scare our little baby owl. Let's give that one some dimensional. Again, we're going to have it more on this side, so this side can go hidden. And we'll put it in its pocket, and it's going to be pointing at that spider. See that? It's like, ah, I'm afraid of the spider. No, he probably wouldn't say that. He probably wants to eat the spider. That's the irony of this, isn't it? All right, let's get some liquid glue on this, and then we will be almost done. I'm loving it. This one came together really easily, and the best part about this kit is that I will have all these things cut out ready for you, and you will just have to stamp your own images and cut them out, and you'll be good to go. Look at that. Let's bone folder it so it's perfect. I flip it. There we go. Oh my goodness. That is so pretty. I love it. Love it. Love that one. Out of the 4, this one could be my favorite. And I can never get that photo of this texture as good as I can in person. And that cute saying in the inside, have a hoot on Halloween. All right, we've made 4 wonderful cards. We'll bring them back out so you can see them real quick. All in the Granny Apple Green and the Pretty Peacock and the basic black, which is awesome. Now, you guys have waited for this. This is the very end. This is the card I'll be having and showing on Friday. This is the Fun Fold Friday, and this is called either a W or M card. So let me know what you think it should be called based on which way you see it. So it's the cute Have a Hoot on Halloween, that same idea. We're using the cobweb again for this Friday for that little border. And this card looks pretty simple, right? It's not a very fancy card in the front. Now just wait until I open it up and you will see the fun part. We have these 4 panels where we have the cute little owl on the tree and the pumpkin one. And then we have the beautiful DSP showcase off. And let me show you, this is why. You can either see an M that way, or if you're looking at it this way, you can kind of see a W. Let me know what you think and come back on Friday, and I'll teach you how to make this fun card. All right, you guys, have a wonderful next couple of days, and I will stamp with you later. Happy stamping, everyone. Goodbye.